Hi everyone, this is Growing with Dave. You may have seen a few of our other videos about growing pasta, finding free-range soap, also making your own toilet paper. But we got to thinking the other day, I was sitting here with cameraman Pat, and one of the key things that always happens when there's going to be a hurricane, a blizzard, or a pandemic, what's the first thing people do? They rush to a grocery store to buy water, bottled water. If a lot of you remember back in Y2K, you couldn't buy bottled water. It was all bought out. Well, I'm telling you, we are lucky enough. We live in Minnesota where you can go out and find your own water. Because the forests in Minnesota are full of springs. In fact, the DNR has a project, it's called an MSI project. It's the Minnesota Spring Inventory. They're mapping where all the springs are in Minnesota. So you could go there, find a spring, go find your own water, or what I prefer to do is use a dowsing rod. And by the way, if you find a spring and it's not on the map, please report it to the DNR. Now, this dowsing rods come in many different forms. The metal ones, I prefer the nice wood ones, a fresh branch. I know there's skeptics out there, I understand, but this has been an accepted practice going all the way back to the ancient Egyptians. In fact, if you look at some of the hieroglyphics that they have on there, you'll see an Egyptian standing with a rod. Actually, what that is a divining rod. Now, very simple to use. First, loosen up your shoulders. Get them nice and loose. And then become the rod. Search for water. If you just concentrate, it'll pull you right through this. So, cameraman Pat, would you follow me? And we'll just go ahead and start. And you will notice right away when something happens. So we are in Minnesota in parts unknown. So we're just going to wander around here. Let's go this way. And this woods is full of springs, so we should come upon one very quickly. And again, you'll be able. Oh, okay. We didn't even have to take but a few steps, and boy, this pulled me right down. Now, if you look around, we're kind of on flat ground here, but it is definitely. I can feel it. There's a spring underneath here. So let's take a look. I'm going to set this down. See what we've got here. Oh, okay. I was so hoping we'd come across something like this. Okay, you're in for a really unique experience. I'm just going to pull these weeds away. Cameraman Pat, can you get this? You see some of the different colored tops? Okay, there's a spring underneath here, but as you know, plastics are a problem for the environment, and plastics don't break down except down to microplastics. So we have a lot of microplastics around. But something that happens periodically near springs is it's a process that's called, and I want to make sure I've got this correct here. It's called random plastic liquefaction reforming process. What this is, these microplastics that are all around have started to come together near a spring, and they want to recreate their form in the form of a water bottle. Not unusual. But what is unusual, being they did it above a spring, the spring is injecting or infusing water right into the plastic that's being formed. Now, if we're in luck and this doesn't have any contamination in it, we may have some beautiful spring water here. Now, I asked Pat to bring along a tool in case we came across something like that. We have the perfect tool here. Whenever I'm out in the woods, I always bring my potato fork. It's a handy device for digging. So I'm going to dig up a couple of these. Let's see what we got here. So go straight down. You don't want to puncture anything. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Two beautiful, crystal clear. like one of the diamonds out of the Queen's treasure chest. It's just unbelievable clear on that. I'm gonna try some of this. Oh, folks, you have never tasted anything quite like fresh spring water that is dug out. You know what? I'm only gonna take these two. I'm gonna leave these others. You know, some of those may be smaller, give them a chance to grow a little bit. Again, this process is not well known, but it is being documented. It is the process of these microplastics coming together, recreating themselves, and the spring water infusing it into one of these. My gosh, this is a nice little thing. We don't even have to dig up the spring. In fact, we may just keep this selves for our own little secret. So again, folks, I know there's a lot going on out there. I just encourage you, take a look at your own natural resources that are available to you. Stay safe, and remember, things are getting better. This has been Growing with Dave.